Hey guys, Sapphire Knight here. Welcome to another tutorial on how to set up custom character profiles in VirindiTank. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, assuming that you use the batch install method, which was the download from Jellicle and it installed everything properly, you should already have these files. So we're going to go to C, Games, Virindi Plugins, VirindiTank. And then if you scroll all the way to the bottom, if it's listed alphabetically, you should see your name here, Jellicle default. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make a copy of this file and paste it. And then you're going to want to edit it so that we can take out the word copy. And then we're going to put where it says your name here, my character's name. So we're going to do, actually we're going to do Radical Ed. Just because I already have a file for Sapphire, but I want you to see how it would be formatted. So that file is done for Radical Ed. Okay. Next step, you would log into game. So give me 1 second and I will log into Radical Ed. Alright, so we're going to go over to where it has the VirindiTank icon. Then we're going to go to the Profiles tab. And we're going to drop that down. Uh-oh, doesn't show up. Because Radical Ed is an admin. Hang on 1 second, let me make an adjustment. I have to change the file name. Alright, now that we got that file name changed, so we drop this down and there it is. The default profiles. So the cool thing about the default profiles is it fills out a lot of priorities and damage types that you'll want to use for the various monsters in AC. So be careful not to click the name of any of the monsters in this list because it will remove them from the list. However, you can change the numbers here in the priority column by clicking those. These are your debuffs, your Imperial Vuln. If you hover here, it'll tell you what the different spells are that these letters represent. Attack, ring, and then this is streak, and then this side over here is your void damage. So just, you know, keep those in mind whenever you're going through and selecting everything. If you want to change the damage type that you're using against a monster, you can do that here in the damage type. You can also do an extra vuln. Say you already have it set to vuln and it's going to vuln that for fire, but you also wanted it vulned for cold, you could put cold over here. You can tell it a specific weapon. If you're a two-hander, you can set both. You can also set a specific pet if you prefer it to use specific pets in a certain area. So like for instance, whenever we were doing VR, I preferred to use the elementals because they were easier to see than the wisp. So then I knew to rein them in quicker before we accidentally aggroed a mob and got everybody, well, sent to the lifestone, for lack of a better way of putting it. So, you know, just go through, customize this however you see fit. You will need to, the first time that you're setting it up, go in and remove the items that are already in the items tab, because that's from old items that I miss on Leaf Coal. So you'll want to go in and you'll want to clear those out by clicking and then adding the different items that you have by clicking the item and then hitting the add button to the items list. It already has most of the consumables that you'll use in game already in the list, so you shouldn't really have to add any there. There is the occasional, oh, vitals are set up here so you can change your vital settings there. There is the occasional time that you might, emphasis on might, need to know something in addition to a character's name. So like for instance, in Hoshino, you had a couple different types of spectral archers. And if you were actually at the keyboard and looking at the spectral archers or the mobs, you'd notice that some of them were green or some of them were purple. And that represented what element they were, so then you wanted to use the element they were weak against. So for instance, if they were red, that meant that they were a fire and you wanted to use cold. So to set those up, you have an additional little string command that you would enter. And since you can't click this here to pull it up and see it, I'm just going to pull it up in a chat or in the notepad so you can see it. Oh, come on. There we go. So this little spectral archer here, this is the full string that's actually in that name piece. So down here, that was typed whenever it was added to the list. But basically it's saying it's looking for a name match of it being spectral archer, and the type ID, which is the weenie ID, is this number. So if you go to AC Yotes Fan, so acyotesfan.com, and you look up the weenies for that, you'll see that that weenie matches that one right there. So, and we can actually go a little bit further and look at this one and be nosy if we really want. Maybe not. I guess it's not going to load. There it goes. So see, this one's one of the blue ones. So that was one of the cold ones. So that should be set to fire. Should be. They might have gotten the numbers mixed up a little bit. These might need to be altered for it to be right. We won't know until everything is fully caught up and that area is patched. But that at least gives you an idea so that you know what to expect and what might be adjusted at a future date. But anyways, if you have any questions, just let me know. I hope you enjoy.